Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Hillary. This is going to be my first official blog. I'm a little bit nervous because I've never done it before, so we'll see how it goes. And it's on my lap, so it might shake a little. Um, but what I wanted to talk about today was that recently I got my hair colored purple. It's, easier to see over here because it's starting to go, it's starting to wash out, and I'm actually getting it colored back to blonde, which is not my natural hair color. Brown in here somewhere might be my actual hair color, but I'm getting it colored back to blonde because I'm a sign language interpreter. I talk a lot with my hands even when I'm not signing. Uh, so this summer I worked the first half of summer, but not the second half of summer, so I had like a month or two. It was probably like a month and a half, something like that, where I could do whatever the hell I wanted with my hair. And I've always wanted to do purple, but it's not technically professional. It's distracting, and which is, sad because then we can't be individualistic or whatever the word is I'm looking for. um, but it's trying to think of what I want to say. um, it's frustrating because I've also considered getting tattoos, but the ones I would want would be on my wrist. And if I got them on my either wrist, I'd need to cover them with a band-aid. Um, I'm not really into pain, and with tattoos and stuff, but you can't really be who you want to be. You can't express yourself. You can't um, do any of that when you're an interpreter, unless you're like, and of course, I can't remember her name, and she's famous in the interpreting world, but the woman who interprets for rappers, she has like the blonde, or not the blonde, sorry, the pink little poof thing that people do that I don't get. And so she can do that because it works for what she's interpreting for. I interpret at colleges, and that's not really what works for that. But something I've had a few realizations since I got my purple hair, which, by the way, is my favorite color. It's just like, I love it so much. So, and I went to my friend, because my cousin's a hairstylist, but she doesn't know how to do exotic colors, so she does the blonde. So I'll be going to her on Monday. Um, but I had a friend from church who's, a little bit older, and she does hair in her, I think her favorite color is purple too, so she has like the white hair with purple coming out like in the middle and sometimes in the back, and it always looks really good. I've seen like maybe one or two other people at church who also have gotten their hair done from her, and it looks very good, so I knew I could trust her. And she's, a hairstylist. She works at a very small salon, so she I asked her if I could go to her, and it was cheaper than I expected, which is great. I won't say how much it was, but it was affordable, which I was shocked, and it was wonderful. And so I went in because my hair was already blonde, so she didn't need to like bleach it out. Although I don't know if you can see it, but like back in the back of my hair, yeah, there's you can't see it, but like from here down is my actual natural hair color because she tried to color or like paint it all purple, but it didn't stick to the darker, which is my natural hair color, and actually it's opposite of what I'm trying to show. My hair here is probably closer to my natural hair color. But with the blonde, she just painted purple over the blonde, and since it was already basically bleached out to make it blonde, it worked. And so I was talking to her. I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm a little nervous. I've never done anything this big before, and or big, big thing for me. And she's like, your generation is just so scared. And in the moment, I was like, I my computer shook. I was like, I disagree. I don't think that my generation is scared. I think my generation is um, not as bold, and that's just for some people. And then I went home that night, and before I went to bed, I realized it's not our fault that we're not bold. It's Now this is me getting on a rant, but you know, it's society. She grew up in the times when it's like hippies, free love, color our hair, do whatever we want, which is wonderful. But it's done a complete turnaround, and the most things aren't acceptable, and everybody is like worried about being politically correct because everybody can't take a joke and their feelings get hurt too quickly, and it's like you can't say anything because it's going to hurt somebody's feelings, and it's ridiculous. So I realized, it's not our fault that some of us are of our my generation are a little bit less bold. And also, society is trying to put us into these boxes to make us more like formatted to the same way as everybody else. Like we're all supposed to be the same. Everybody thinks that they want to be normal, which is so not what you want to be. Like I like what Misha Collins says is that I think it was Misha. It was somebody from the Supernatural family, and they're like normal is almost like an insult. I don't want to be called normal, and yet that's what we're all striving. Like we kind of want that anyway, and it's just like a can't have your cake and eat it too, but you're trying. It's just I don't even know. Um, but yeah, so I realized it's you go to a job and you can't have colored hair, you can't have tattoos, you can't have piercings more than just your ears, which I do have, but I don't have the ones more than one. And you can't dress the way you want to. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to the dress, how I dress anyway, so that wouldn't be an issue. But there's this girl that lives near me, or I don't know if she lives near me, but she works at the subway near me, so I assume she lives near me. And she has a ponytail when she's working because, she's working with food. And she has like purple and blue, and it's like, I don't know. And then, like, I think her roots are starting to grow in or something, but it's, it's really cool and I love it. And I'd love to do a couple of exotic colors, but because I start work again on Wednesday, even though I only work Wednesday and then I don't work until next week again. But I feel like I have to change my hair color back. And I work at three different colleges, and one of the colleges that gives me the most hours, but I dislike the most. I walked in the other day to get my parking pass for work, and I don't think she's the front desk lady, but the person that was like taking care of stuff during the summer, she's like, "Oh, I love your hair." Everybody likes my hair. I don't see how it could be a problem. I asked one of my other bosses that I love. I think she's amazing, and she's like, well, it depends. I think it would be fine. I was interpreting for a cosmetology class this summer. I probably could have done my hair purple earlier if I wanted to. Um, but yeah, it's just like it's really hard to know what's right and what's wrong with that. And if I had gone in and applied for all these jobs with colored hair, more exotic colored hair, it might be okay. But it's like with jobs, they can't not hire you because you have like an exotic hair color but if they once they do hire you, I'm assuming that they could say, at least with the piercings and the tattoos and stuff, like you have to have them covered up, or you have to have only one of the piercings in, or I don't know. And I don't know what it's like about hair, and I hated that I had to start thinking about that because this is a big step for me to go a tiny bit out of my comfort zone, but this is like who I am, and it's a way of me expressing myself to the world with purple hair. I love purple hair, and everybody who's seen it loves my hair. Sometimes I forget I have it purple, Like, when I went into my boss the other day to get the parking pass, I forgot that I had my hair purple because I just don't think about it, and it's it's really saddening to me, and I want to kind of go back a little bit to where we can fully express who we are and nobody judges anybody else, and it's just you're open to be who you are. Like, why do we all have to be so uniform? That's the word I was looking for earlier. Yeah, it's like I read Felicia Day's book that she wrote, and it's all about embracing your weird. Thought this shirt would be very good to wear for this blog that I was doing today, or vlog, whatever. I'm a nerd, but I'm not like, I don't get everything about all the nerdy things. So it's like I'm maybe half a nerd. I don't know. I'm nerdy about the stuff I know about, but then like my friend got me into Harley Quinn, and so I know stuff about Harley Quinn, but I don't know stuff about other people in that universe. It's just, um, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Tangent. But yeah, so I feel like I want to try to be who I am and share that with the world, and I'm having a difficult time doing that in our society. I blame society for a lot of stuff, um, but it's just, we should all be happy with who we are and okay with going into the world and not being afraid to be who we are. Sometimes I'm shy, sometimes I'm really outgoing. It just depends on the people I'm with, and um, maybe I'll start off shy in this and then get outgoing. I just, need. I just. I don't know. I'm trying to be comfortable with who I am, but it's a lot harder than it looks, and some days are better than others. Some days I'm really on it, and then other days I'm like, nobody look at me. I just want to crawl into a ball and cry. I don't even know. Um, but I expected myself to um, get off on like a rant and a tangent, but I guess it was a short rant and tangent. I guess you can have short rants and tangents. Um, so I guess that's it for me today, because yeah, it was just about how jobs and everything should be open to that. And I know that they say that they can't not hire you because of your hair. They can't not hire you. But that doesn't mean that people still don't do that. Like, that didn't sound right. People still do that, even if you're not supposed to. So, yeah. So I guess I'll end it there. I don't have like a go to phrase or anything to say goodbye with. But yeah, okay. I feel really awkward because I am, and that's okay. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye.